Hello and good evening and welcome to The Great Cricketer, brought to you by ACO, India's leading digital insurance company. Australia 556 for 9 declared. Pakistan tried their very hardest. You know what, Pez? Their darndest and got to 148. That's cute on a fucking flatty. You know what? It's nice to see Pakistan, the real Pakistan, turn up to this series. Finally. Which is different to turnip, which is a kind of fruit or vegetable. One of those two things. Let us know in the comments. I've had a drink. Pez, did you enjoy the first day of this series? Did you enjoy it?
Mate, we're the best team in the world.
Number one, baby.
It was safety deluxe. It's amazing with the Australian mindset. It's amazing how quickly you can go from 7 days of blokes having a stick, wondering about how benign our spinners are, how kind of pedestrian our quicks can look on difficult bowling wickets, to like a couple of wickets with reverse tang and we're number one in the world and can we blow these cunts over? You know, let's go. Fucking Pakistan is shit. Give SWEPSON a couple of overs. We'll get to him. That's where I went, and you know, just like the that real ugly.
Can we blow these cunts over? That's
not up. I didn't say up. You know, huffing and puffing.
Didn't say up. I said over?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
like a vessel to fuel the fire.
They took
oxygen.
It took 4 wickets in 700 overs in the last couple of weeks. And then if there wasn't one in 3 or 4 overs, I'm like, mate, fucking hook green. Come on, let's get Starkey back on. And you know,
go on. I was just going to say, I've just enjoyed so far in this series how few wickets there've been and how many runouts there've been.
Yeah.
Like how much blokes can just be in the dressing room and the living room being like, why, daddy, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, okay. Give me 3 things.
All right, so we'll start with reverse tang, tail, whatever you want to call it. The racist words, Irish, whatever, okay. Malachi. Well, they say Irish. Is it because it's wrong? It's inappropriate, so I withdraw it.
What is Malachi? What's reverse Malachi?
I don't know. They're just weird.
I've heard it.
Weird
but I don't know
words
what it is.
that Rubik's Cube cricketers come up with when they're just bowling. You know, like sort of dead-eyed automatons in the nets between the ages of 12 and 23 inclusive. And after that, you're conditioned.
Ooh, a bit of reverse Malachi.
It is. They just make up words because you're bored. Anyway, onto it. Yeah, they got it going, and there was a bit of there's some good captaincy from Cummins. He goes. Swepson kicked things off with a run out, and then Nathan Lyon got a wicket, and Cummins hooked him. Said, "Nah, it's starting to go now." And he always says that at the side of his mouth, "Starting to go, boys."
Yeah,
and,
starting to go now, boys.
You know, and then the commentators will posit, well, that was actually a message from Smith standing in the slips, etc. Who cares?
Of course,
all of it feels
white-anting.
All of it feels good to me. I don't care where it comes from. Collaborative approach, authoritarian approach. I don't care.
Yeah.
Cummins took Lyon off, he gave it to Stark, and it started going deluxe. And next thing I know, Stark's on a hat trick. Green's taken, catches a second gripper in the midst. I don't even know if he caught it because the ball got lost in his hands.
Big old fucking buckets.
Yeah. I sat down to watch a hat trick ball with my children. It was a bit earnest for me, actually. I sort of filmed it a little bit. What do you mean sort of filmed it, mate? You either did or you didn't.
Sort of filmed it a little bit. Yeah. I sort of filmed it a little bit. What?
And you know, so and we knew that it was kind of procession time from that moment onwards, and all of a sudden Australia was good and Pakistan were hapless, and you just keep thinking, God, it's good to win a toss in cricket. Really good and normal game.
Mate, I am into Fawad Alam's Test Series Deluxe.
Yeah, me too.
Because so he hasn't stopped a ball, he hasn't caught a ball, hasn't hit a ball yet in this series, hasn't bowled a ball, and then he faces a fucking reverse tang from Stark, and he's mate. That's what he used to do in second step. Come on, boys, reverse tang in. It was actually a real oral issue. Oral issue.
Yeah.
But like, mate, Fawad Alam was a minute and a half behind that ball, and it fucking kicked his front pad, kicked his back pad, and he's having a look at it. He's given the fucking big old T, and it's like, oh, that's hitting all six, mate.
He tackled it, didn't he? Like that. So that ball tackled him. Like it literally took his legs out. It was high. It was studs up.
Yeah.
And
Can't run without legs.
That's right. So failed alarm, TFC. He's literally his first time with a blade, and then he just got smashed on the pad. Stark's got it boomeranging. Cummins comes on, subtler but nice. We got Copeland tweeting saying it's not just about holding the ball and it going the other way. It's about angles. It's about release points, etc. And happy birthday to Trent Copeland, by the way. No doubt.
Stick to maths, Copes.
No doubt listening, and may know how to reverse tang the ball himself. I sort of got the impression that was the suppressed premise in his point. So people like us know that a bit more goes in a reverse swing. No, it doesn't. You just hold it up, and then it just goes. All I know is that it goes.
Speaking of old stuff that we used to tweet about, Chris Green, Cameron Green's dear friend, Chris Green actually got engaged yesterday. So congratulations to CG, and he got a Century for ND's circuit, presuming the Bermuda Triangle there for Blue Gum, Old Pub, and the other one, and then got engaged that night. So that's a triple C of sorts.
We'll have to ask him.
Chris Green.
We'll
have to ask him.
We'll
anyway,
Chris
Second
Green.
thing,
SWEPSON trappings, mate. I hadn't appreciated how much I was subconsciously, and that's the nature of of subconscious. You don't quite appreciate what's going on. But and by the way, now that I say that, someone has got under my skin with a comment because it's half true. The person who said,
this will be good.
The person who said, think Pez is overthinking things. Overthinking what?
Oh, yeah.
Brother? What? Spit it out. Anyway, that person's probably 13.
Today, Junior.
Kid can't even read. One of the great lines from that movie. Anyway, I hadn't appreciated how much I'd been looking forward to Mitchell Swepson bowling, and I got to say, I really liked the aesthetic of it. The stalking of
into it?
Oh mate, the stalking of the crease, the way the ball comes out of the hand, the pace, all of the shape, all of the shapes that the body makes. I mean, it's like a worn tribute of a mortal person. I cannot explain how much power the body requires to approach the crease walking the way Swepson does, and to get the ball to the other end without a test quality batter destroying you into the stands.
He must have fucking mitts on him, Swepson. He must have. I want to shake
absolute
his hand.
Mitts, deluxe. He's got a really fast arm action as well, and he's had like neck injuries because of how he contorts his neck to get the body through.
Snaps it,
Anyway, and he obviously gets his run out, he gets his first wicket, and then he gets one at the end of the innings as well. Cummins got him into play to pick up his first
wicket.
Well, that was a run out. Oh no, did he get Bubba later on? Did he? Anyway,
no, he got Bubba. It was his first wicket.
Oh, right.
Isn't it funny how often the first Test wickets are often like the best player? It seems to be like quite maybe not consistent, but it is a common. I remember like Peter George, for instance, got Tendulkar was his first wicket.
That's right.
You see, it's like that's just one example of many. But people's like first Test wickets often tend to be like the greatest player of that generation.
Yeah,
which is a weird anomaly.
You thought of one example, Like, Warren with Ravi Shastri. He didn't know at the time that Shastri would go on to become India's best coach for a period. After Greg Chappell.
That's right. Greg Chappell, real steward of that era.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone appreciates him. Even talking to some of our Indian, compadres in business. Like you say, I'm interviewing Greg Chappell. Oh, yeah, say good day to Greg Chappell for us. Like, ooh, okay.
He's into debt with some bad people, man.
Anyway, I liked what I saw with Swepson, and obviously following the theme of Australia now being the world number one team. I mean, I know they are officially, but now that they're dominating Pakistan to such an extent, you're sort of like, wow, you bring Swepson in. I thought he looked more dangerous than Nathan Lyon, and I want to see it in the fourth innings. I want to see it with some rough. I like the way that he stalks in. He's got guys on the lead. He's happy, run out. It's good. We're adding a bit of depth to the Australian bowling stocks here. It's really good to see.
Give me the third thing, because I want to talk about this in broader terms.
Oh, yeah, okay. The third thing I brought today was shit follow-on chat. So just... So to set it up, Australia made 6,041 and Pakistan were like 100. And yeah, the question was, do we send them in again? And there was, you go to Twitter, which is a great place for that kind of chat, and there was the same thing with the declaration chat last night, the night before, commentators getting involved. Do you want me to hand that over to you from there? Are you happy with that setup?
Happy with the setup, mate. So I've actually watched today's play on mute, just for my own stuff going on in my life, and so I haven't appreciated what our dear friend of the show, Mike Hazeman, has said. And I've just jumped on Twitter before I come on here, and I've got about 15 tweets.
Mate, I heard it.
About Mike Hazeman blowing up deluxe.
Yeah.
About Australia not following on. Now, I'm having a look at the bowling attack here, Pez. So I want to also go back to like selections. Stark, Cummins, Lyons, Swepson, Green, and Labuschagne bowl 1 over. That bowling attack for this test match so far, they bowled 53 overs. The selectors have nailed it. Like, that is it. And Swepson has performed brilliantly too far. Lyon bowled very well. Big wicket of a marm. Cummins and Stark over Hazelwood. I know Hazelwood's record on age is not that good, but they've picked the right team here so far, because Australia should win this game from here, probably. Yesterday I said that sports science wouldn't be factored in. I think it's come into it, and I'm talking about declaration now. Australia just don't want to be batting last on this deck, because if Pakistan bat for 2 days and Australia have to chase 70, it might be hard. It feels like it might be hard. I'm going to back Pat Cummins and the Australian setup in this conversation. They'll get 550 in front probably and have 2 days, broadly speaking, to bowl Pakistan. Or 2 days, they'll have 180 overs.
They'll have enough time.
They should have enough time.
Mate, Hazeman was great. I just thought you would have loved it. You should actually just get onto KO and try and like rewind it or whatever.
I'm going to rewatch it tonight.
Pull the stream back.
After I finish this.
Yeah, hello. And... mate, when they Hazeman goes something like, I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, and I see, I'm not going to do his accent. Pat Cummins has opted for, I think he called it the soft roller. He's like, so that looks to me like they're batting again. Well, that just astonishes me. I think he said, I cannot wrap my head around that, and I just feel like going, look. 2 things. One,
he's great.
We've all been in the press box and wanted a game to wrap up early so we can circuit. We've all wanted...
Especially in Karachi, are you kidding me?
Nah, there's some places you can go get a beer, apparently. But, we all want a beer and for the game to end, okay? We get that. And you end up like...
We all want work to finish early.
Exactly. So, all good. But then secondly, it's like the idea that it astonished him. Even if his view was that absolutely they should have followed on, couldn't wrap his head around. It's like, could you just try? Why might Pat Cummins do it?
Play devils.
What's a
play
reason
devils
he
for a
might
bit.
do it? I mean, it's just real. So obvious, so simple, isn't it? It's just like the quicks want to blow, mate. They just want to rest. Guys, and get some overs into the legs of their quicks, etc. But really, it's just, there's a couple of, these guys are prime thoroughbreds. They're thoroughbreds who bowl reverse tang, and they want to put their feet up for a bit. And they're going to have 100. They want to go and eat their feed. They want to put their feet
bag
up.
on.
Yep, get the feed bag on. Stark's the
Head to the trough.
Stark's fucking black cav with this reverse tang. Give black
racist.
Give black caviar a fucking spell. Let her have a sleep. And then, I don't know why I'm talking in falsetto now.
Yeah. And just have a sleep. Just have a sleep.
It's a very easy decision, The boys can go out and have a hit. Get him out to the sun again.
The boy watch.
You don't follow on day 3. I mean, people just want it to finish early. They just want the new trapping. Now let's go against like the people. I'm going to go as far to say that the people who vociferously call for a follow-on need a psychological analysis around empathy. Can they not even intellectually understand that bowlers just want a rest, and because of the state of the game, they've earned a rest. Just give them a rest. I get the sense looking at the sky, there's no rain around. If Pakistan go into bat for 2 more days to see out a draw, it won't be because they opted to forego the follow on.
Should have had a stick, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so bowler's having a blow. All right, hashtag RTDC. He goes, thanks to Acco. Lewis Atkins. Is it wrong that I'm enjoying the bulk runs? It's been a while since Australia got these kind of runs, and it makes me feel safe, even if they're playing on slabs.
There's a couple of blokes playing on slabs.
Yeah.
Now, there's an Australian question if I've ever received one. Thanks, Lewis. Or Louis, as is your want. I really like the idea that Lewis has come home of an evening. Not in the evening, of an evening. He's finished work, and he's like, you know what? I just want to watch my team fucking have a stick.
Yeah.
And I just want like 2 and over. Just tick it over. It's not spinning too much. I feel in control. I feel comfortable. I feel safe. So I completely understand that. Now, if you're a resultsman, which is all one word, resultsman, with a Z.
It's Andy's brother.
You might want... Andy Resultsman.
His brother's name's Ree. Regarding.
Then you might want Pakistan maybe over the wicket for a bit. But Lewis has come home Friday evening, Saturday night. He's thinking, you know what? I just want safety. I just want Khawaja 160. I want some Smith safety 70 runs, like just comfortable stuff. I think that's okay to feel that way.
Yeah.
I think it's an Asia. Trappings for the eyes still. It's been a grim series so far, except for today, but I think that's okay.
You want numbers next to a name. Sometimes you need that in your life. Sometimes you actually need that. That comfort. Like some people turn to food for emotional regulation. And some people turn to numbers. Some people turn to both. And perhaps Lewis is one of those people. I said my piece about this yesterday. I don't resile from my view. Bulk runs in Asia, it soothes me. Shoot me.
Jesus Christ. Blow them over. Thank you as ever for sticking with TJC during this test series. Finally, a day where something happened. Get your hashtag AskTGCs in the comments below. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Australia going 1-0 up in the series, or nothing happening again. I don't know, one of those two things. See you tomorrow.